Dear diary, I've been searching for a higher me. I'm in the sky in the pilot seat, trying to stop my mind from spiraling, and that's irony, I'm just looking for a I'm unstoppable. Dear diary, I've been searching for a higher me. I'm in the sky in the pilot seat, trying to stop my mind from spiraling, and that's irony, I'm just looking for a resolution. I just wanna be a better human, but it's hard when everybody's acting stupid. Pardon me if that came off rude, I just have a bad attitude with the world and not just with you. It's the side effects of abuse. I admit I'm a little strange, I don't think that I'll ever change. I survived a whole life of pain, you could say I escaped my fate. I'm a cynical, egotistical, unpredictable, hardened criminal, and I can be a little hypocritical, but I'll admit it straight to your face. I'm unbreakable, irreplaceable, undeniably inspirational. I use everything I had available to make me the person I am today. Dear diary, I just had another wild dream. I was in a world that admired me, and when I woke up I was smiling, and that's irony. You talk a lot but you don't even know me. I'm just hoping that my testimony will inspire y'all to stop acting phony. Pardon me if that came off weird, I don't mean to be mean, I swear. I have been through a lot this year, I just wanna make a few things clear. I don't like it when people hate behind my back and not to my face. Nowadays it just feels so fake, so I'll cut the grass to expose the snakes. I'm unstoppable, it's impossible. You don't wanna see the diabolical side of me that never stops is volatile, so I suggest you stay in your lane. I'm unapologetic, you know where it's headed. I will never ever let up off the pedal. I got the spirit of every warrior in me. I'm gonna back the fuck up, get out my face. You're a slave to labor and you praise the fascists. You kiss the hand that takes half in taxes, faking outrage and being seen. A generation with no self-esteem. It's time to rise up and stand against them. Break the chains and finally see the vision. We're post-traumatic from a broken system. Follow me into the chaos engine. It's time to stand, it's time to fight. Don't be afraid to twist the knife. Your sacrifice to break the curse. Prepare to die, prepare to burn. Abandon hope, it's not enough, cause all our gods abandon us. Your sacrifice to break the curse. Light the match, watch it burn. Heaven falls, the angels die. Let it burn from the start. When everything falls apart.
In this spiritual, fifth-generation war, the biggest weapon we wield is truth. This is the No Prisoners Podcast with your host, 451 Actual.
Woo! Man, sometimes you just gotta open a show with a little energy. You know what I mean? Like you standing there with your claymore. You got all your boys behind you ready to fight on in this spiritual battle. You know, sometimes you just gotta open the show with a little energons. You know, you gotta come in, both fists just a-swinging. And, you know, sometimes it's nice to be correct about some things. And wow, last night, man, I did not actually watch the Kamala Harris interview when it aired. I've seen bits and pieces as I've been awake this morning. Last night, crazy neighbor decided to be crazy again. So I was dealing with that. And then before that, we were working on the aquaponics system all day. And we got another bed and 3/4 done. So we'll almost have 4 grow beds complete. We just checking in on things, fixed a couple of leaks that popped up. And yeah, got a dump run done yesterday. It was just a busy day yesterday. So I didn't really have much time to watch Kamala Harris bomb this interview last night. But thankfully, Kevin has been on top of it all morning and has been parsing out pieces of the disaster that it was. And then we've also got a whole bunch of news from around the country, including this migrant takeover in Aurora, Colorado that we told you about a few weeks ago. Said, hey, wait for this to deploy all over the news. And sure enough, it's gotten so bad that the mainstream media can't ignore it anymore. So we've got all that, plus some extra stuff out there. Including all the health scares that these a-holes are trying to drop on us again right before the election. We'll get into all of that. But before we do that, let's go ahead and say good morning to everybody that is here this morning. All right. Salty in San Diego, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. D-Hexed said, howdy, what did I miss? Nothing, man. I like that idea, though. Texas just floating off into the sunset. Looks great. Nuclear family of 4, and I think that the delay is actually pretty good today, so I don't think we'll be waiting around awkwardly. Gifting the cans said, happy Friday, NPP fam. Man. Look at that. That was way better. Good to see you. Thank you so much for that can. Don Ritchie in the house. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. G-Man also gifted the can. See, you know the thing. Can him.
Come on, man.
Yes. Get hit in the head. Let's see. And good morning to you, G-Man. We got the Gray Man in the house. He's also appears to be trying to join us in studio this morning. That would be awesome. We got Mr. Tizo in the house. And then the Gray Man texted me. I got to grab my phone. I'll take a look. And good morning to you. Yes, the Gray Man said he texted me all the way on the other side of the studio desk. So I'll go and grab that here in just a moment. Okay, who is that keeps popping in? Is that Gray Man trying to pop in?
It's the Gray Man.
Yeah, he's trying. He's trying. Oh, there he goes again.
Yeah,
it really doesn't like mobile.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait until it stabilizes.
Yes. Good morning to everybody. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Go ahead, Kevin.
What should I let the people on Rumble know?
I'm trying. Hold on. I'm trying right now. Let me double check. I changed it out this morning. So let me see what is going on. Yeah, it says the NPP Rumble is just straight up offline. Did it get switched back on?
It's not.
Did it switch itself off?
Did not switch itself off. It's just not sending any data.
Okay, all right. Here we go. Let me try this again. Hold on, guys. Hold on a moment. Please stand by over there on Rumble. That did not save. That's what happened.
There we go. Now we're sending data.
All right. Well, there it goes. Now we should be working over there on Rumble. Good morning. Okay, Wood Geek. Good morning to you. Good to see you.
Yep, it says unable to connect. Unable to connect to Rumble.
I don't know, dude. I have it placed in there. I just copied and pasted it in there, so I don't know what the problem is with Rumble. Honestly, it's just like, meh, you Canadians, you suck anyway. Whatever. And then Don Richie gifting the cookie said, because, lol. Yes, indeed. And then Rangers got a funny take on the Trump assassination. We'll take a look at that here in just a moment. But first, Kevin, how are you this morning?
Busy. Trying to type out to Rumble right now. It's like Rumble is not working this morning. Please go to. And then I'm going to copy the pinned link.
I'll try it again.
In there. But I'm just going to send them the link. Oh shoot. And the period got included with the URL. Really? We're in 2024 and little syntax
Everything
things
is
like
updated.
that. Okay. Let's see. Is it working?
No,
moment.
it says that it's off. It says all of these are offline to me, man.
Okay.
It says all of
here.
these, every channel is offline on my
hold
end.
on. It's not. They're online.
I know.
Obviously.
I know.
Let me try the Rumble thing like one more time and see if I can get that thing to connect. Saving, and let's see. How are things going? Yeah, I was like up early. I was like up at 3:00.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep properly. And now it says it's streaming to Rumble. All right, we're streaming to Rumble
good
now.
morning, Rumble. Hello,
Yes,
Rumble.
yes.
Good to see you guys. All right, Laura, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, everyone. Kamala Harris is a bimbo.
Yeah, she is. And
That's the only thing I can say. All the rambling and everything. She reminds me of talking to a stripper. Because most strippers, if you've ever met one or ever known one, my brother had a girlfriend. She will sit there and talk your ear off for an hour and not say anything.
yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what happened. Now, the benefit of Kamala Harris is that she couldn't even last 18 minutes. She's not even a full shift stripper. She's like, I'm going to do a third of my shift and then I'm going to cut it short. Like I'm
She's
going
only to take off the top half.
Yeah, I'm going to do a quarter of the song. I'm going to unbutton my shirt and then I'm going to walk off the stage because I just can't take anymore. As
Actually,
Tim
did
Walls
she
is
do
over
that?
there trying to make balloon animals to distract everybody from Kamala Harris.
Did she actually do that? I've seen a couple of reports that she got up and walked off like she was mad or something like that.
Yes,
Did
she
they show
walked
it?
off.
Did they show it? I would love to see
Of
that.
course not. Of course not. CNN has, now I will give CNN this credit. As far as like the DNC went and the coverage of it, CNN was probably actually the most fair and balanced out of all of the left-wing media outlets. And we have a little bit of a theory about that. Like maybe they understand that the ship is sinking, and so they're trying to kind of create a degree of separation. But the interview, I mean, Dana Bash issuing the softball questions like, could you explain how all of your policies have literally changed? And Kamala's only answer is, well, my policies have changed, but my belief systems haven't. So let me gaslight you a little bit as to how exactly those mental gymnastics work out, and then we'll go from there. And that only lasted for 18 minutes. So there you go. Lots of fun with the Kamala Harris interview. We will continue breaking that apart here later on in the show.
'Cause I got much more to say.
Nice. Awesome.
I
Okay,
covered part of it last night, but they didn't do it live, and I wasn't paying for CNN, so.
No, I totally understand you. If you guys want to join in on the conversation, please do so. We've got the link in the chat there for you guys if you would like to hop in and shoot the breeze with us as we cover all of this clown world shenanigans. And we'll go ahead and get rolling right into this here because we've got plenty of stuff on the table today. I'm going to go ahead and start off with this YouTube video that Ranger shared. It says the assassination attempt The uncut stand-up by Drew Dunn. This should be interesting. If it made Ranger laugh, it has to have some kind of funny stuff in it, right? Because I don't think Ranger ever even smiles. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Here we go.
Crazy, man. They tried to assassinate Trump. That's wild. All the conspiracy theories come out around it, too. I don't know what to believe. All I do know is that if our government tried to do an assassination attempt, that's kind of how it would look. Right? It was very inefficient. That was the DMV of assassination attempt. That was not good. They had a very small budget, you could tell. They wanted to do it with a grassy knoll at a parade like they were used to. They're like, we can't swing that. We got to do a tin roof at a town fair. That's all we got. Can't get any ex-military people to take the shot. Let's get the kid who came in last place on his marksman team. That apparently high schools have marksman teams. I've never tried it. Dude, that was just one big government block of cheese. Like, that's all that was. It was insane. I was hoping Trump was going to come out the same day, ear still bleeding, and do the press conference. They tried to shoot me. They tried to shoot me. They were too slow, and I'm too fast. I dodged the bullet. They didn't even see it. I saw it coming from so far away. It was like the Matrix. It was all in slow motion. Call me Neo. I'm the chosen one. They say he was a Republican. That's what they'll tell you. They'll say he was a Republican that shot, but I'll tell you right now, he shoots like a liberal. I'll tell you that. He shoots like a liberal. Not straight. So not straight. They said it was a fake bullet. That's what they said. It was a real bullet. We found the bullets. Turns out the bullets, they were made in China. That's where they were made. They were little teeny tiny Chinese bullets. So small, so tiny. I shot the guy back. They cut the cameras. They didn't show you that. It was me who shot him. I pulled out my Glock and I shot him right in the fucking face. That's what I did. It's crazy. We still have to do the whole election. We still have to do the rest of the thing. And he might still go to jail. That's crazy. He might still go to... Now it's street cred. He's not just gonna go to fucking jail. He's gonna be running that place. He's gonna show up on a video call from jail. He's gonna have a piercing through the hole in his ear, new earring, tattoo across his neck. Can't kill me. As the CEO of Cell Block C, we've made a lot of rule changes here in the cell block. First of all, no butt stuff. We're doing no butt stuff in this cell block. We only have sex with pussies in my cell block, I'll tell you that right now. Luckily, Greg here is a big pussy. We love this guy. We love having sex with Greg. We do it so much. So silly. We're gonna get into the whole thing. We're gonna get into his family again, too. We know so much about Hunter Biden. What's Barron been doing?
Going to school.
Kid's just been growing. It's like 8'2". Fucking insane. We never heard him talk. I don't know what he sounds like. I'm Barron Trump. My father's president of the United States. It's just Malfoy from Harry Potter. My father's wicked rich. Joe Biden's older than Dumbledore, he is. Frizzy hair, torn clothes. You must be an Obama.
That was pretty good, Ranger. That was pretty good.
I can
Yeah,
see
thank
why
you for
that
sharing
made Ranger laugh,
Yeah, it was pretty good.
especially the jail bits.
Yes, yes, indeed. All right. Okay. Let's see what else I got here. Well, this guy. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, Kevin. All right.
Thank you.
Hold on. I broke it over here. Let me see. Okay. We had old salty dog coming in. He didn't miss with a ship. Said, "Fun Friend Friday. Let's go." Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Yes, good to see you. And it is Fun Friend Friday. I want to give you guys, for those of you guys that haven't seen, I know Kevin was planning on streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays. He had a little bit of equipment problem, and so he was unable to do that this week, but I'm sure he'll be up and running soon. So yesterday, I fired up Fishcam again. And here's a live look. Look at that bad boy, man. Look at the fish in there swimming around doing fishy things. There's a little fish poop getting aerated right there. Bloop, there it goes. Oh, there's another little piece of fish poop right there. And, yeah, we've got a ton of plants put in the system already, and they are loving it. I'm talking, I sprouted some cucumbers. You know, you put them in the wet paper towel, you put them in a plastic bag for a few days, and then you get that little bit of a root structure. I kid you not, Kevin. These guys had their elephant ear leaves, you know, like their initial leaves, the false leaves, still folded up. That's how young they were. And I put them into the aquaponics system with like one little tiny root, and they're already fanned out, standing tall, having their true leaves ready to come out. It is absolutely awesome. So
that's how it's supposed to be. That's how that works. That's fantastic.
What kind of fish is that?
These are tilapia. Wow, look at the size of that fish turd, huh? Wow,
really?
Eating good, aren't you? Eating good in the neighborhood.
Tilapia, garbage fish?
Not if you raise them right, they're not.
Okay.
And guess what? In a survival situation, I don't care what people call it. If it is a rich, dense protein and I'm growing my vegetables that I'm going to put on the plate alongside them, call it whatever you want. It is food that I am growing and sustaining my family with. So you know how to cook them, you know how to raise them, you know how to clean them. They're not really that much garbage. I mean, people eat catfish, you know what I mean? They'll go and spend $17, $18 on a plate of catfish, and they're also a bottom feeder. So it's like there's really not a whole lot of difference between them. It's just people's perspective on tilapia because they've never either had it cooked properly or prepared properly, or I mean, they come from a dirty system. And this system right here that these fish are in, trust me, they're well taken care of. So much so that we're actually getting ready to grow our own mealworms and black fly larvae for them so that we can grow them clean without any commercial food. So, I mean, there's that. But anyway, that's the system.
Main thing I kept hearing with the way they farm tilapia is that they don't really feed them well. They just let them eat their own poop and stuff like that.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, that's not. I mean, they are filter fish, but that is not what is happening in that system. I can promise you. Boys Blanc coming in with a cookie. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. So much better when it just works instantly.
I say something?
You know? So much better. Yes, go ahead, Kevin.
Just like a Dyson, that's how it is, simply to work. Boys Blanc supplies the best tequila in the green room of 412 Productions, may I just say.
Yes.
For those of you who may or may not have known, No Prisoners podcast was to be on Adel Nero's show this last Wednesday. However, Feisty and 45 One Actual were not able to make it. I, however, was able to sit with Tien Homesteader, Drunk Pinata, and Adel Nero. And one moment, please.
And they got you drunk on tequila?
Boys Blanc supplies the best tequila.
Kevin, oh my goodness. What is going on over there?
Is it from...
Yeah, I know you're reading my mind. Okay.
Is it
Go
from
on.
the Red Rocker? Is it his tequila?
No, it's not from the
Cobble
Red
Wobble?
Rocker, no.
It's the
No,
tequila they pulled out of the drawer in the middle of the show. All right, it is time to watch this video right here. It says the husband asked her to get an energy-saving light bulb, and she got a voice-activated one instead. Check this out.
这么一勺子这些门牙你都保不住，叫你换个灯，你换什么声控灯啊？哦吼，还是个尖叫弦的。
你不是说节约成本吗？
节约成本也不能这样子节约成本呐、哦吼，你晚上搞得我不是放错车就是放错油，切个菜把指甲都切了。哦吼，
不是人买头灯吗？都是带呀。
你见过哪个厨师带着头灯炒菜的？哦吼，你以为是钓鱼啊？还带头灯？抠门的我见多了，没见过你这么抠门的。哦，赶紧叫个电工师傅过来把灯换了。啊，
That's hilarious.
Oh man,
That was
was pretty good.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yep, that was pretty good. All right. Well, here is an awesome ad that RFK's VP pick, Nicole Shanahan, released about Trump derangement syndrome. This is pretty good. Check this out.
Are you or your loved ones suffering from illnesses such as TDS, also known as Trump derangement syndrome? Do you dismiss or deny the current issues facing our country, such as historic inflation, illegal immigration, corporate corruption, World War III escalations, and the chronic disease epidemic? Are you willing to elect someone who was the least popular vice president in modern history, and who offers no policy or vision for America, simply because your brain keeps telling you anyone but Trump? If so, you might be struggling from TDS. Introducing Independence. Independence allows you the freedom to finally think independently once again. Instead of believing everything you hear from the mainstream media, Independence allows for constructive critical thinking.
I used to hear people on the news say things like,
Donald Trump and the movement he has encouraged are a threat to democracy.
and I instantly believed it. With Independence, I now realize the media is run by the Democrat elite, who are a corrupt oligarchy that censors free speech, silences political opponents, supports forever wars, and abandons democracy by anointing its candidates.
Independence may not be for everyone. If you enjoy being lied to about your president's cognitive abilities, support Orwellian totalitarianism, or are excited about communist fiscal policy, Independence may not be right for you. Common side effects of Independence may include an awakening of rational thought, successfully identifying propaganda, freedom of choice, loss of hatred, anti-narcissistic behavior, and love of democracy.
I used to blindly hate whoever my party was running against. I didn't care about facts or policy because I was hopelessly indoctrinated. With Independence, I'm much more interested in policies that uphold democracy, and I truly care about the health of our country and its citizens.
Ask your doctor if Independence is right for you, and enjoy your freedoms once again.
All right, there you go. Little Independence. All right. Okay, well, here's a good FAFO on this fun Fren Friday. Beautiful display of jiu-jitsu by black belt BJJ gym owner Chris Bauer. He was visiting New Zealand when a mugger decided to follow him and attack him. And the results were just about what you thought they'd be. Here you go.
In New Zealand?
Yes. Are they playing?
I'm a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt. Leave me alone. What are these guys?
Give me your wallet.
Video before, so
Had about half a power fucking zapped out. And yeah. Still a process man.
Great.
For the record, for my own information, I just arrived here from the United States this morning. My name is Chris Bauer. As I exited my hotel, this gentleman started to follow me around. He was getting very close to me, threatening me. Yes, because I knew that he was telling me he was going to take my money for his son because he needed money for his son. And I told him I was not going to give him any money. I asked numerous people throughout the city to call the police and help me. Many people failed. I also have that on video. I entered this store for my own safety. When I entered the store, I asked the staff to call the police. Then this man proceeded to attack me. I took his back, I choked him unconscious, and now I have him in the full mount position waiting for the police to arrive. Thank you, sir. And here comes the police now.
Is he wearing a cup? That the mugger sure is stupid. He got both his hands right there between his legs and it's not grabbing nothing.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he just got his ass kicked. Probably got choked out. That part wasn't on the video, but he definitely had the hooks in. He had his dominant leg crossed over underneath of his knee, and he had his forearm underneath that dude's neck. So I'm just going to go ahead and assume that this was after this guy woke up, probably pissed off and confused, and he's probably exhausted. So, I mean, like, you could go ahead and try to move your wrists around, but, I mean, Chris Bauer is going to destroy you, especially if he's a black belt in BJJ. I mean, you can reach, but it's not going to last very long. I just say that.
What was he saying about his son, though? What was he saying about he
Thank
was
you,
trying to
Mikey.
get money for his son?
Yeah, he said that the guy was asking him for money or something for his son. He said he needed money for his son, and he told him that he wasn't going to give him any money, so he started getting, like, really agitated. So Chris made his way over to this establishment. The guy followed him in. He's like, hey, can you guys call the cops? This guy's following me around. Then the guy attacked him, and that's where the first part of the video takes place, is of him getting his ass absolutely kicked right here. Like, if you've got this level of control, you see how he's got his leg wrapped up underneath of his knee there, and as soon as he closes that leg back around it, you ain't getting out of there. And so the fact that in this scene, now Chris Bauer is on top, I guarantee you he choked this guy unconscious. Look, there's a couple of napkins of blood on the floor. That guy got jacked up, dude. He got jacked up. So pretty good FAFO.
Perfect example of FAFO, yep.
That's it. All right, speaking of FAFO, this is definitely not a win, but keep yourself safe out there, friends. You never know when this is going to happen to you.
Some guys are into that.
Some guys are.
Some guys are into being squished. Like a big, heavy hug.
Oh, man. That's what happened to Building 7.
Wow.
All right. Here we go. Speaking of buildings. All right. Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua gives the green light to members to shoot U.S. cops. We're going back in time here, by the way, because remember, this is how it all started, right? This is how it all started back in late July. We were like, hey, remember how on the NPP we've been telling you guys that these a-holes were here to just grab up the criminal infrastructure that already exists, and so they're just going to kill or bribe or maim whatever it is to get the gangs that are currently here in the United States to either capitulate or retreat from certain avenues of criminality so that they could make the money. Well, as we said, there was some rumblings about this same gang who gave the green light to just kill police officers in taking over some apartment complexes, and now it has gotten to the point where, yes, not even the mainstream media can ignore it. So armed men at Colorado apartment building unsettles residents. Men carrying rifles, handguns seen walking around the complex. Residents say that living in the building has been a nightmare. Aurora police said that they are investigating and seized evidence. A video showing multiple men walking around a Colorado apartment complex carrying weapons has sparked concern in the community. Footage shows the group entering an apartment building carrying what appear to be rifles and handguns, except for one man on a cell phone. In the video, men then gather around a door and go inside. It's been a nightmare, and I can't wait to get out of here, former resident Cindy Romero, who lived in the apartment complex until Wednesday, told the news outlet. Aurora police said in a statement that they have seized evidence seen in the video as part of an ongoing investigation. So there you go. And here is that video, by the way. Check this out.
The campaign trail, we want to take you to a pretty shocking situation playing out in the Denver area. Take a look at this new video. Surveillance video appears to show potential gang violence at an apartment complex. This is happening in the suburb of Aurora, Colorado. These men captured on video using weapons to forcefully break into at least one apartment. Vicente Arenas from News Nation's Denver affiliate has more.
At least one.
The video shows a group walking up a stairwell earlier this month at an apartment complex in Aurora. The Edge at Lowry is located at East 12th Avenue and Dallas Street. All but one of the people appear to be carrying either a long gun or a handgun. They then enter a unit.
I wonder why
Another
it
clip
appears
shows
that
two
way.
men forcing their way into that same unit.
Right.
The couple that
Allegedly,
provided the
they're
video
hitting
told
the
us
door with a
today
crowbar.
The camera that captured these images was in plain sight. They moved out of the complex today
course, they don't
saying
care.
they feared for their lives. It was a day they said couldn't come soon enough.
I will probably sleep better tonight than I have in the last 2.5 years. It's been really bad. It's
2.5 years. 2.5 years. And the police are investigating. The police are investigating, but it's been 2.5 years. And now that there's just plain out in the open video footage of what these a-holes are doing, because it can't be, these folks can't be gaslit into believing that this isn't happening. Now there's some investigation happening. Give me a freaking break, dude. Give me a freaking break.
I read somewhere that they don't know what the fuck to do.
Of course they don't. Of course they don't know what to do, because you know what these guys are going to do? Because they've been already given the green light to kill the cops, they're going to just straight up have shootouts with the police. They don't give a shit. They don't care.
Send in the Marines.
Man. So here, yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Okay, so Marines, that just reminded me. It's off topic too. Off topic of illegals
Go for
from
it.
Tren de Aragua and all that. I found out yesterday, and I'm on board with this. Veterans of any branch of the military service, and from what I heard, including their dependents, can receive burial at sea. I know, dark topic, right? However, if Bruce were to die before me, or if I die before him, it's nice to know all we have to do is do the paperwork at the VA, come and collect the body, and just go and plunk it out into the ocean. That's convenience. That is
convenient. Yeah.
Yes.
That's great. I love it.
Yes.
All right. Well, here's the mayor of Aurora confirming that, yes, indeed, Venezuelan illegal aliens have indeed taken over several apartment complexes, not just one, several, and have pushed out the property managers to extort rents from the tenants directly. He also blamed the... That was my computer letting me know I needed to restart, but I'm not going to. He also blamed the Kamala Biden regime and said they may be involved in importing the illegals into his city. Somebody put them there, and somebody funded it, whether it's the federal government or not. Here you go. Take a listen.
So there are several buildings actually under the same ownership, out-of-state ownership, that have fallen to these Venezuelan gangs. I'm trying to walk it back and do the investigation as to how there's a concentration of Venezuelans in these three buildings. Somebody put them there, and somebody funded it.
I don't know.
Federal government.
Why is there a concentration? I don't know. Maybe because millions of these people have come across the border all within 3.5 years. Don't you think that, when you shake up all the crap from the bottom of the jug and it just quickly displaces all over the place? Like, don't you kind of think that's what happened here? Like the bottom of the jug in Venezuela? All the concentrate of criminals and gangsters that they took off of their own streets, but then realized that they couldn't afford them all in the prison system, so kick them out in the grand time where Biden and Harris are just letting anybody in. Why wouldn't you? I mean, Donald Trump talks about this, right? But nobody actually applies it to, yes, this is what is happening. These people are just coming across here because they've seen for the past decade or so how these liberal headquarters like Aurora, like Denver, like New York City, like Los Angeles, like Austin have just been letting U.S. citizens go. They just, you committed a crime? Well, we're just going to turn you out within the next 4 or 5 hours, and then you're back on the street. And then you have this virtue signaling from the federal government and all these state governments and these asylum, these sanctuary cities. What do you think that these guys are going to do? Of course they're going to exploit it. Of course they're going to be like, hey, wait. Let's go throw some chingazos over here in Aurora, man. They're not even arresting us over here, man. We've been in charge for like the last 2 years, bro. Come on, man. Just bring on in the weapons, man. The one you just smuggled in? Hell yeah, bring that shit in, man. We gonna get the rents ourselves, S.A.
We're paying them to do it, too.
Of course. And then these people are probably all on food stamps.
$20,000 worth.
Yeah.
Or more.
Insane. Just drone strike it. You know what? I would just tell all the residents, like, look, get some renter's insurance, and we're just gonna go ahead and we're just gonna drop the entire building with a JDAM. All right, we're gonna let all these Venezuelans coalesce and think they've captured the building, and then boom, we're gonna level it and we're gonna build a nice, brand new apartment complex right over the top of it.
They wouldn't dare pull another Waco.
Oh man. Anyway, let's listen to the rest of what he's got.
We're trying to find out who these gangs apparently are attracted to where there's a concentration of Venezuelan migrants. And so they've in fact have kind of pushed out the property management through intimidation and then collected the rents. We have now or have had, it is ongoing operations with a task force of local law enforcement, state law enforcement partners, and federal law enforcement partners to root them out. And arrests have been made, but these operations are still ongoing.
With the arrests that have been made,
I love how he acts like he doesn't know who the hell this
gang-affiliated
is.
members.
Right.
Like he didn't put these people there.
He's just so confused. How could this have ever happened?
You know, this is an organized criminal effort. Whether it's Tren de Aragua, that remains to be seen. But it really doesn't matter. I mean, if they're Venezuelan migrants and they're conducting crime in an organized manner, they're a problem.
So so you're able to confirm that this Venezuelan gang has indeed taken over at least some of the buildings. You're saying at least 2 of the 3. And what I just heard from you is you don't know how they ended up there. And you even made a suggestion that they could have been sent there by federal officials. I heard you suggest. Well, I mean, do you have any reason to believe that to be the case?
So here's the problem. I think we're a victim of a failed policy at the southern border because what you have, Venezuela does not, according to my law enforcement, Venezuela does not cooperate with the United States in sharing criminal histories. You've had a third of the country.
Oh, how convenient.
You've had these massive waves of migrants coming across the border that many of them crossed the border illegally, were arrested, asked for political asylum, were not adequately vetted, were released into the country. The city of Aurora, we did everything we could to quite frankly keep them out of the city because it's not our problem. This is a federal problem. This is a problem borne by the federal government. But what we're trying to find out, and what I believe occurred, was that federal agencies worked with some of our local nonprofits and put them there. Now, most of these people are very good people. But there's a criminal element that, from what I understand, what law enforcement is briefing me, that often follows them, intends to exploit them within their own migrant community. And so We believe that is happening.
Hey, you know what? We don't know how they got here. We don't know how the Venezuelan gangs got here. All we know is that somehow these Venezuelan gangs that seem to not, just come out of nowhere were able to track down these poor migrants that just made it across the border here seeking asylum. I don't know, Mayor Kaufman. Do you think, or Co-Mayor Kaufman, do you think maybe the illegal alien criminal gangs may have trafficked those people in here, and maybe that's how they know where they are? Maybe that's how they know where the concentrations are? So you're telling me that this Venezuelan gang has better record keeping than you do? That's essentially what you're saying. Is that these folks knew where everybody was going to be concentrated and just showed up, right? It couldn't be that the great people as well that you think are just these innocent folks that, are doing whatever, are letting them know, oh, no, there's a business opportunity here. Come on in and you take it over. I mean, it's really not that hard to fathom that a little bit of that extra cheddar that's not going to the property managers is now going into the hands of these poor folks that are just here seeking asylum that directed these freaking criminal migrants in here, these criminal aliens, for the gang to take over. Don't know how any of this coalesced.
I am not promoting cartels. However, I will say small government at its best. That's small government in action right there. Efficient, no BS, getting the job done. Again, not supporting cartels. And at the same time, what a business plan.
Yeah.
They're good at what they do. They're really good at what they do. Hate what they do, but they're really good at it.
Yeah, they are.
That's because that's all they do. And I wouldn't be surprised that some of this communication is from some of the phones that we give these people.
Oh, yeah, you think they might be using that infrastructure to communicate with each other? I would say you're probably right, especially because, remember all the hubbub that Congress made under Donald Trump when he said we need to build this wall and it's $10 billion? That's what I'm asking for is $10 billion. They're like, oh, how could we ever spend that kind of money?
How can we support his vanity, his absolute vanity?
Yeah, this is just wasteful. This is wasteful spending, okay? Well, it turns out that because we don't have a wall and we didn't actually close the border as we should have, that, oh, look at that. We've paid $150 billion in just 1 year for illegal aliens. $150 billion. In 2023, roughly $150 billion in U.S. taxpayer money was doled out for government services and support to help the 20 million illegals in the country, according to a study from the Federation for American Immigration Reform. Most of the money was borne by state and local governments, not the feds. Wow. Man, and I wonder why all these border towns and counties are in such dire straits as they're hemorrhaging tens of thousands of dollars a day just on emergency services. But, in Massachusetts, Republican leaders say there's a $1 billion hole in state coffers, and they're accusing the Democrat-controlled government of quietly siphoning off tax dollars to deal with the alien crisis. On Tuesday, the state Republican Party filed a Freedom of Information Act request demanding that Governor Maura Healey release Massachusetts' full migrant budget and alleging that the true cost has been hidden from the public. The Healey-Driscoll administration has shrouded nearly $1 billion spent in secrecy, leaving Massachusetts residents in the dark. They have withheld critical information on 600 incidents involving police, fire, and EMT. Blocking journalists at every turn, the administration has obstructed the flow of information to the public. According to FAIR, in 2023, Massachusetts taxpayers spent closer to $3 billion in state services for illegals. In New York, the comptroller estimated that the migrant crisis would cost roughly $4.3 billion through 2025, while New York City taxpayers will be on the hook for $3 billion alone in just this year. According to the Post, while most states' accounts of migrants' expenses look mostly at emergency housing and aid, FAIR looked at the full breadth of state services, including education, medical, law enforcement, legal costs, and welfare. They also included the cost of U.S.-born children of illegal immigrants. As long as we keep allowing millions of people to come into the country illegally every year, it's obviously going to continue to increase the cost, spokesperson Ira Melman told the Post. This seems to be just sort of basic common sense. Nope, don't you say common sense now. Don't you say that illegal aliens are going to cost money, because that's racist. If you're going to be bringing in lots and lots of people, many of them working off the books for very low wages, that there are going to be enormous social costs incurred, he added. And Trump wanted just $5 billion for his wall. Wow. Thoughts on that, guys? Money well spent?
Well, hopefully everybody will be able to see that shit. All the stupidest walls don't do anything. I hope everybody who said walls don't do anything got raped. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm that person. Hey, listen. Hey, if you're coming here for some God wants forgiveness, you talk to 451 over there. I'm the sword carrying one.
I just want the free help. I just want the slaves. I mean, give me the migrants. It's like, I've got work to be done around here. It's like, I'll take some.
You got work? You got work to be done? Well, don't worry. They're going to show up with a busload on an hijacked bus. Kevin, here you go. Take a listen to this.
But their morning certainly wasn't. 20 illegal migrants tried to get on the bus today at one of our bus stops.
Hours earlier, she got this email letting Nicole know her 8-year-old son was aboard his school bus heading to Hamul Elementary when all of a sudden...
Really confused. He said these adults, they weren't kids. He said, but they had backpacks on, Mom, and they tried to get on our bus. He said, and there was a lot of them.
The district...
Hey, man, should we try to get on that bus right there? Yeah, man, it says it's school.
That's a dad joke, and that's also
20 migrants tried to board the bus Wednesday morning when it stopped to pick up students here along its B route. That's when parents and the driver stepped in, keeping the migrants at bay.
It was himself.
Definitely really scary.
It also happened Tuesday along Route A, shown here in orange near State Route 94. 3 men walked along the highway trying to stop the bus to, quote, go around their group.
When they see a bus,
just go through them. Fuck going around. Just go through them.
Listen,
Pedro Rios helps lead the humanitarian response at the U.S.-Mexico
when they
border.
the bus, they think it'll take me to a naturally safer area. Yes, because all of those fucking idiots coming up, they didn't have to travel all the way through Mexico. They're like, oh, look, a bus. And then a bus would pull over and be like, come on, get on. We're going to America. And then they
or a train.
Yeah, and then they get to America and they're like, oh, yeah, a bus is going to take me somewhere else. No, motherfuckers.
Oh, man. That's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. All right.
You know, it's not like they've never seen a school bus before.
He says, well, it's unclear why the group tried to board Wednesday. Heat and mountain
might not
terrain
have.
can drive a desperate response.
First and foremost, there has to be an acknowledgement by the Biden administration that asylum is a human right.
Parents like Jeremy Adams now demanding answers from the district and a safety plan to help quell fears.
We don't know who these people are. We don't know if they have any criminal history, what their background is.
Meanwhile,
I don't even
the
know how to
sheriff's
spell
office
my
says it's
name.
Conducting an investigation and says it takes safety very seriously and are working with the school district in order to keep students.
You know what? They state asylum is a human right. Our rights here indicate that we should be free from being placed in positions where our safety could be put in peril. So you can argue your asylum for human rights all you like. We have laws in place for how people are to seek asylum, not just run amok on our soil. Yeah. It's
listen, I'm a bus driver, and some group of legal aliens tries to hop on the bus. It instantly turns into the movie Speed. We're gonna call it El Speedo. El
Rapido.
El Rapido. El Rapido.
Yow.
And my venturing through that group of illegal aliens will not be less than 50 miles an hour. All right? I will mow them down at over 50 miles an hour. I'm just saying. All right? Hire me.
Trabajo. Yow.
Yeah. Well, now that they've taken over the apartment buildings, they're trying to take over some school buses, and now, back to Aurora, they're just, shutting down the streets and harassing citizens. But don't worry, guys, it's under investigation. Okay? It's under investigation. Here it comes.
Nigga, the Venezuelans is taking over. They just jacked them? Oh, me. These niggas is out here tripping.
They're going to kill you.
Bro, damn, they done made a mess of shit.
Nigga, y'all are on bullshit out here. That is on bullshit.
Oh, shit. What the Yeah, they're tripping. Nigga, they cracking off in the air and everything. They driving over the... Nigga, we almost just got hit.
They're just shooting up into the air.
These niggas is on bullshit.
Keep laughing. Keep laughing. Aye. Not good, guys. It's not good. Well, don't worry, because Colorado's governor is on it. He sent this video out to intimidate the Venezuelan gangs into submission. There you go. Hold on.
Wait, was he hopping up and down like
Feliz
little bunny?
Navidad.
Oh my gosh.
Feliz Navidad.
Is he jerking off two dudes at the same time?
I didn't think that this was current. I thought that happened a couple of years ago.
No. How long?
Kevin. Give me your thoughts on this, Kevin, as, again, you don't get much more intimidating than this right here. Look at that. But listen to me, Venezuelans. I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to choke you like this.
Is that the governor?
That is the governor of Colorado.
Hey, man, do you guys remember in the army? Do you remember in the Army when we had like almost every commander, when we're on the job, you don't see any smiles, you don't see any dancing Feliz Navidad shit. You see, hey, get the fucking job done. And you know how, like on the job, how it's professional?
Yes, I remember what professional was, and
Dude,
still can be.
I've never seen anybody in the military do some shit like this. I mean, anybody in leadership, I have never seen anybody do some shit like this, because if somebody did some shit like that, I'd be like, hey, listen, can I change sections? I got to go. Fuck off, man. This is retarded. This person's in charge of a state.
Yeah.
Oh my
If
God.
anything like that happened, it was during our off time. It did not happen while we were in service.
Kevin,
That's why
I never did anything like this in my off time. I never did anything like this shit in my off time.
Listen.
No.
When I was at work in the military, I was at work. When I was off the clock, which, wasn't very often, but when I was, you better believe I was spazzing out a little bit.
Okay. Well, the governor of Colorado may not be able to solve it, but don't worry. President Biden, who has totally been out in front, he has been leading the country. Everyone's been able to see him. No one is asking where in the hell Joe Biden is at. He's got a plan to fix it, and that plan is to resume the immigration program that was suspended over fraud concerns.
Which part?
President Joe Biden's administration is set to resume an immigration program that was previously suspended due to fraud. On Thursday, the Biden administration announced that it was resuming an immigration program that permits migrants from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela to enter the United States. The program was previously suspended over fraud concerns, but the announcement today that the updated program will include additional vetting of their U.S.-based financial sponsors, together with our existing rigorous vetting of potential beneficiaries seeking to travel to the United States. These new procedures of support for supporters. Hold on, I gotta mute you, Tweak. You're killing my brain. All right, no, you're good. To the United States for these new procedures for supporters have strengthened the integrity of these processes and will help protect against exploitation of beneficiaries. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security said in a statement obtained by the AP. The program was initially announced in January of 2023 and seeks to expand pathways for immigrants to enter the U.S. legally while limiting asylum claims for those who cross the border illegally. The policy targets countries that send large numbers of aliens to the United States but typically refuse to accept deportees. It's coupled with commitments from Mexico to take back individuals from those nations who cross illegally. So wait a minute, the Remain in Mexico? The Remain in Mexico program? Is Joe Biden trying to get a little bit of Remain in Mexico back in place? I don't know. That sounds kind of racist. The U.S. will be accepting up to 30,000 migrants per month. Well, I thought Joe Biden told us that it was only going to be like 5,000. And if it went over that, or 8,000, then they would close the border down. But now, up to 30,000 migrants per month from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela. The migrants will be given the opportunity to apply for work authorization. In order to qualify, migrants must have a U.S.-based financial sponsor. You mean like someone who owns an apartment complex all of a sudden in Aurora? Maybe that landlord?
Or someone who has opened their home up to migrants to have them make their chicken and cook and clean their home?
Yeah. Yeah,
Didn't they
the slave
accuse
labor
her of
guys.
slavery?
Yeah, the slave labor folks.
It's a good thing.
Nothing like little cheap labor. Who vouches for them and must arrive at an American airport at their own expense rather than crossing the southern border. Both the sponsors and the migrants are subject to vetting by Homeland Security. Wow, that's really that really puts my mind at ease. In a statement following the announcement that the program will resume on Thursday, Republican Representative Mark Green, the chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, said, "It should come as no surprise that the Biden-Harris administration has rushed to restart its unlawful CHNV mass parole scheme, despite clear evidence of fraud permeating the program. The CHNV program, along with the use of the CBP One app, which is the one that they're giving out on the free phones at the southwest border, has helped the president and his border czar play a massive shell game, encouraging otherwise inadmissible aliens to simply cross ports of entry instead of between them. My committee has engaged with the department since this pause was announced, and the results were sobering. Instead of scrapping the clearly flawed program, the department is allowing it to continue without rooting out the fraud or putting adequate safeguards in place to prevent exploitation by sponsors here in the United States. But fundamentally, there would be no fraud to prevent if DHS simply stopped importing 30,000 inadmissible aliens every month in the first place.
Right?
I'll get your thoughts on this, and then we're going to go to commercial.
That's just common sense, but you can't say that anymore.
Of course you can.
Common sense is racist.
I'm saying it anyway. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Racist.
Yep, you betcha.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Call me anything you like. As long as Jesus calls me his child, everybody else's points are null and void.
Boom. All right. Well, we are going to be getting into the one job that Kamala Harris had with this interview last night, of course, that she recorded days ago, and CNN has spent the last probably 48 to 72 hours trying to edit it to where it looks coherent. And man, oh man, did they mess that up as well, maybe intentionally. But we're going to do that on the other end of this commercial break. If you guys are over there on Rumble, if you guys are over there on Kick, DLive, any one of these other platforms, X, we love you. And, you know, this family that's over here on Pilled every single episode, they love you too. Even though you haven't quite figured out what the best platform is, they believe in you. So, all of us are imploring you, please head on over to pilled.net, make yourself an account, search for us, the No Prisoners Podcast, all one word over there in the search bar after you make your account, and join us for the rest of the show. If not, we will be back on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time with the Motivational Monday edition. We're going to direct you guys over to a great supporter of our show with this commercial here, which is Rise International, powered by Rise Attire. They've got the 451 Actual Glitch Drip t-shirt over there. Every single purchase of those t-shirts supports the show directly. And every single person that has purchased one of these has nothing but positive reviews. So please go and pick one up today. Christmas is right around the corner, guys, if we all survive the election, that is. So pick one of these up for a family member, and they will not be disappointed. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the other side. Let's go.